everyone, welcome to our next World of Flowers video from this little ribbon series. We've got this little, probably 2 videos left I'm thinking at the moment on this side. I'm not sure whether I do the next one straight away. I think I will just sort of complete this little page, this page as a series, because it only runs over with the tiny little piece in the middle. So I may stop and leave the other page to another section, or at least we'll do a compilation video of this bit. So I've got these little teenies here. They look so much like tulips, don't you think? I am going to grab a pretty pinky red, oops, for those. This is number 29. I think this is a carmine red. And do these. I'm going to make them a little darker on this roundy bit, and a little lighter towards the tips, like I have been throughout this video. It's quite nice for it to be a sort of consistent colouring style. Makes it easier for me and you, and just, you know, makes the whole thing look coherent. If you mix it up just a little bit, it looks a bit odd. If you mix it up right through, then it looks perfectly fine. But on the at the end of the day, it is about you having fun. Now we have a little couple of leafy bits here. I'm just going to grab the 53. I think it's the lime green. And we're just going to do those. That one there. And that one there. Whoops. There we go. Really straightforward. Now we could come in a tad closer. But anyway, I'm going to think about this one. Now we haven't did some reddy orange there, but we could do a real sort of a more of a mid orange. The 24, is that the orange? Just looking. No, would use the actual orange, which is the 4, isn't it? Yeah, use the 4, the orange, and again start darker here and lighter towards the tip. It's very sunny today. We'd had a storm over the weekend, but it didn't really come to very much here. But me and husband went out for a walk along the canal path on Sunday, and it was really pretty. There were lesser celandines all the way along the canal. They're little tiny yellow flowers. They look, there were buttercups as, dandelions as well. And they were all opening their little heads looking up at the sun, really cute and pretty. There were those, and near the part of the canal near our house is a little memorial garden for one of the volunteers, and the volunteers plant it up with all sorts of things, and there's some beautiful tulips, a double pale yellow tulip. Never seen one that colour before. Seen the bright yellow tulips, used to see those a lot, although tulip colours seem to have changed since I was young. I don't know if you feel the same way. I'm going to use 42, which is the light orange, for the next little set of petals here. Yeah, when I was little we used to get the red tulips with the black middles, and the I'm going to use 43 for the middle. I'm going to keep it quite plain, it's quite small. And then yellow tulips, which were similar, but really bright yellow. These days you don't see those at all. I'm going to go 56. That is our light olive, I think. Yeah. And use that for these leaves here. My desk is so creaky again today. Needs oiling. Can you oil wood? Well, like you can. I don't know if it stops it creaking though. Creak. One day it'll just collapse. Crash. No, it won't really. Anyway, yes, so you used to only get the red and yellow, and now you get beautiful pinks and purples, and then this beautiful double one. It's just a delight. Really, really pretty. There we go. Now we've got these little ones here, look quite daisy-like, don't they? I'm trying to decide whether to do them a delicate pink or a blue, but all of the flowers that we've got along this top here are pink or blue. So should I do them differently? purple. Let's use a purple, why not? Something a bit different. I've done a purple. Whoops, my pencil wants to fall on the floor. This is the number 6. This is the violet. That's what I meant when I said purple. I meant violet. And we'll go to the tips. We'll fade down to the tips. But yes, the beautiful tulips, so daffodils out. It's quite, some of our flowers are quite late round here. It depends if they're in the sun or the shade. I'm sure it's the same everywhere. So these happen to be in the shade, a bit late, really pretty. And so that was a lovely walk. And her husband was very naughty. He's quite the daredevil, and I think again, it's interesting how that sort of could be part of his ADHD, but not in a really dangerous way. But he said, "Oh, I want to go down and look at this weir. That there's a weir along on the river, because the river runs along by the canal." And I said, "You can, but the path that leads there is all flooded." He was like, "Oh, that's okay." And he was walking right along the edge of the mud, you know, risk of falling into the muck. And he's got really good balance though, so he wasn't really being that much of a daredevil. He's just being a bit naughty. And he went off and had a look and came back. And what was hilarious was he came back, he was perfectly fine. And just as we then walked off, I tripped. I didn't fall. I was the one that tripped. And he thought it was funny. I did too. It was funny. And I sort of tripped and stumbled, and I said, no, I didn't trip, I was just doing a little dance. And he was like, "Yes, of course you were." This is yellow. It was funny. We were being very silly. So he was quite disappointed though this morning, because his new medication is supposed to help him lose weight. It suppresses your appetite, which he has noticed. And this is 52, which is the sap green, and we're going to do all the green here and here. So he has his normal breakfast, then takes it. Then lunchtime he isn't really hungry, so he just has a little bit. I said to him, you know, try and have a little bit so that get your blood sugar up, and your energy levels up, but not too, you know, not too much. And today I gave him like half the size of packed lunch. And then in the evening, because the pill's starting to wear off, he has a bit more of a energy, a bit more of an appetite. Sorry, am I using the wrong words? I'm going to do these with the 38, which is our sea green, just so it's a little bit different. Oh, actually, have we used the? No. Yeah, sorry, I was just thinking I hadn't used a certain one, but it's a bit too bluey. So this is the sea green 38. Actually, we used it there. No, we didn't. That's a different green. Ugh, talking to myself. Just ignore me. But this morning he hadn't lost any weight. I mean, it's only been 2 days. But he went for a walk, and he, you know, didn't eat so much. He says he's not eaten any biscuits. He's a real snacker. You know, when he goes downstairs to make a cup of coffee, he'll grab a biscuit from the cupboard. No one notices because, you know, no one's there, sort of thing. And does that a lot. Or when he's at work, he'll often have a flapjack or a cookie with his coffees. So it'll be interesting. I think part of his weight issue is to do with his coffees though, because he makes them with all milk. So they're very high in sort of fat, calories and etc. I'm surprised, to be honest, that because his appetite is lower, that he can actually stomach a milky drink, because they're quite filling, aren't they? But anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm going to talk to him about maybe thinking about reducing his milk intake. If I make him a drink, I make him tea, and then it's just a little bit of milk, you know, a splash of milk. This is 550. It is the pale green, and I'm going to use it for the greenery here, but I'm not sure whether some of this is flowers. So I'm sort of going through it and looking, thinking that definitely is attached to the stem, and this one and this one. That definitely is, but I think I'm going to put a few petals in here just to make it look, that's attached to there though. to make it look a little bit brighter rather than just having the one colour. Not sure now though. Maybe those bits in different colour. I know. Let's use the phthalo green I was umming and ahhing about using just now, which is our 553. Is it this one? Yeah. Then it's greenish, bluish, so you could sort of look at it either way as petals or flower or not. If that makes sense. Petals or leaves. 553. You see, it's a really beautiful sort of aquamarine tone. Yeah, I was having a chat with a neighbour this morning when pest control was leaving. My neighbour popped up, so I had a chat with him and catching up on everything that was going on. Now this butterfly, I was thinking we could do him sort of brown like a moth, because all this is so brightly coloured, he'll stand out a little bit more, I think, if he's a different colour. So I'm going to use the number 7, which is the light brown, for his wings. Now if you would rather do your butterfly in really bright colours, go ahead. You know, I'm going to make it a little bit darker here and lighter towards the wingtip. So yes, if you'd rather use something bright, then do, but I just thought it would look a little bit different. There we go. I think it's the only butterfly on the whole page. We're going to need a grey for the body. I'm just randomly grabbing the 80. I think this is the light grey, isn't it? Yeah, might be dark enough. Yeah. Now you can, often with butterflies I will try and make them a little darker around the edges of their body to make them look slightly more three-dimensional. It's not particularly easy though with something so teeny tiny. Now we've got a few minutes. I think that one's a bit big and challenging, so maybe we'll just do this, maybe some of these viney bits down here. Let's have a look at what greens. We've got this green. Oops, this is our light green. It is 551. And we'll do here. Oh, it's too blunt. We won't. Here we go. Do this bit. It's funny how it's called light green. For me this isn't a particularly light green. Not that it matters what it's called. There we go. Now, should we do the same ones from here? I think we'll do these a different colour, because they're not, this looks like it's attached to this flower and these to this flower, these flowers. Maybe we'll grab, it's a bit tricky doing number 4. Maybe we won't, because trying to choose what's going to match. I guess if we just do a mid green, it doesn't really matter. This one. This is 579, which is our olive dark, and maybe I'll use it for the stems as well. That are running across here. This is the one that runs to the middle. I'm not going to take it across to the other side. I'm just going to move you across a little bit. Take it through here and then down here. I'm going to try and fade towards the tip on these larger leaves. That little one was just a little bit too small. There we go. There. I've actually been making a new item for my Ko-fi shop this morning. It was a Derwent drawing pencil comparison chart with polychromos. It's quite the challenge. I had to mix some together because I just could not get the right colour, but I got there in the end. There we are, trying to just get it all in shot. That is all I think I'm going to finish there. Oops, that one's not in short, is it? Even though it's not all we've done. What did we do today? We started with those, didn't we? Sort of did that bit. I'm just trying to work out what to photograph for my thumbnail. I might not worry about getting these leaves in it. I might just do this bit. So tomorrow we will come back and we will finish this bit. And then that will be the end of this side of the page. As I say, I can't decide whether I'll go on and do the other side straight away or whether I'll do something else and come back to this bit later. I just don't know. It depends what my fancy takes me. So, but that is done for today. So thank you for watching. Hope you have a really nice day. Try and find some time to colour, relax and chill like I've just done. It's been rather nice. So thank you so much and happy colouring.